Yo, what's up, guys? Eagles fans, we are 8-0. But before I get into this, let me just say, shout out to the Houston Texans. They play us really tough. I'm going to be real with you guys. I haven't watched the Texans much this year, but they looked a lot better than that 1-6 record that they have. But either way, that's on them. I don't know what they're going to do the rest of the year. Dameon Pierce is amazing. That's one thing I will say. He had 139 yards rushing. We couldn't tackle him, just ran over defenders, stiff-arm defenders. So, yeah, he's a great back. But, yeah, I'm not going to use that I think the Texans are better than their record to excuse the Eagles because, let's be real, that game was sloppy, and they looked bad for about 2.5 quarters. There was multiple breakdowns of the offensive line that we kind of got away with. I think Lane Johnson, he had a false start that he got away with. That was something else. I think Jason Kelce did that. Yeah, but, yeah, this offensive line at times was just looked like they weren't focused, looked like they were just playing sloppy. There was one sequence in the second half, right to start the first possession of the second half. Jordan Mailata just absolutely, Jerry Hughes is 30-something. Jerry Hughes is older now, and he just runs right by Jordan Mailata on multiple times in one drive. So that was just little things like that. Jalen Hurts early on had a couple overthrows. One of them almost got picked. So I don't know if it was a short week or whatever. They look a little sloppy to me. And if it was anybody else besides, if it was a decent team, I think we would have lost yesterday. But they picked it up when they needed to, made the plays needed to make to win the game. But yeah, even on the outside, on the defensive end, there was some breakdowns. Philip Dorsett had a 34-yard catch early on because he just beats Bradbury. Bradbury's playing under on the route. He gets by him. Their tight end ended up getting a touchdown, catching over 2 defenders. His name was Kayvon Wallace, and I don't remember who the other defender was. And this is one of those games. This is the thing that gets me. This is one of those games that absolutely drive you insane about Jonathan Gannon's scheme because their top 2 receivers are out. Nico Collins and Brandon Cooks are both out. Why are we playing so far off? Why are we not putting 6-7 in the box? I get that, look, you play a scheme. I get how that's how defense works. But like when they have when they're already not a good team and they already have their top 2 weapons out, why are we not going all in to stop Dameon Pierce? Yes, he's a great running back, but we allowed it by this scheme and just playing so far off and not blitzing. And I know for the run game specifically, part of that's going to be Jordan Davis is not there. And I know Fletcher Cox has lost a step. Javon Hargrave actually played amazing today. I know it's going to be hard to stop the run with what we have, but it just, I just can't. There's times I'm like, man, Jonathan Gannon's turning the corner and he's really come around. He's great. And then there are some times where I'm just like, Jonathan Gannon, what are you doing? So yeah, now that I'm through with all the negative, let me get to the positive. Jalen Hurts and Dallas Goedert had a great connection today. Dallas Goedert made some big plays. And speaking on Dallas Goedert, this is one thing because they said it aloud on the broadcast yesterday. Oh, Dallas Goedert is one of the best tight ends. He's up there. Honestly, my opinion, I think he's up there with Travis Kelce and George Kittle and Darren Waller. Any guy you want to add, I think Dallas Goedert would be up there if he was featured like those guys are. But that's really just not how our offense works. But yeah, you saw Dallas Goedert's talent. I mean, when he is featured, when he gets 9 targets and catches 8 passes, you see how dominant he really can be. And yeah, he caught a touchdown. A.J. Brown caught a touchdown. And then we had 2 rushing touchdowns as well. Miles Sanders, I thought had a really good game, 17 carries, 93 yards, and he had the touchdown on the 4th and goal. Yeah, they even threw some Kenneth Gainwell in there, which I've said it multiple times. I like Boston Scott better as the second running back, but Gainwell played pretty well too. He had his rushing touchdown as well. But yeah, this was a game that it was tied 14-14 at halftime. And really when things switched, once CJ Gardner-Johnson, once he got that pick, yeah, Gardner-Johnson has 5 picks and is just about halfway through the year now. Brandon Graham pressures Davis Mills, he just throws it up. Gardner-Johnson gets a pick. And that's what really changed the side of the game because I think that's when the A.J. Brown touchdown happened. It completely changed momentum. The Texans ended up getting another field goal, but they never really recovered from that. And then Bradbury, he had to break down early in the game, but he ended up getting the pick right at the end to seal it. So yeah, it looked kind of bad for a little bit, but I thought it was still a great win. This team continues to show, even when there's a little bit, there wasn't too much of adversity today, but even when there's a little bit of adversity, this team seems to pull through. So I think there's a lot of things that need to be cleaned up. I don't think we really exposed any flaws. I just think it was just a sloppy game, and there was some easily correctable things that can be fixed. So yeah, we 8-0, got Washington on Monday night next. It's going to be a long layoff. Yes, you're going from a November 3rd game to a November 14th game. So there's going to be a little layoff there. Hopefully the team stays focused, and hopefully, I'm not going to lie, hopefully we see Carson Wentz. I'd rather see him than Heineke at this point. But yeah, we're on to Washington. We 8-0, still undefeated, still the best team in football. Let's go.